Well, it's midterm time. It is time to talk about not just the essays you have to write, but the sort of the concepts that we've been playing with all semester and how to make sure that in your midterm essay you are really kind of nailing them. All the nuts and bolts are in the actual document. Please read through the whole document. I think it's 4 pages of explanations, everything from the ideas you're playing with to how to format the paper to kind of what a paper like this needs to look like, needs to act like. It's kind of an animal of its own design. Okay, some basic things. The essay assignment itself. When I do an essay assignment, I'm not just trying to tell you exactly what to do. I'm trying to create a little mystery. I'm trying to create an idea, an impetus, a goad, a push. If the essay assignment is a metaphor, there's a big ass cliff and the essay assignment kind of tries to push you off, or there's a bunch of water with a bunch of sharks and I cut myself, bleed into the water a little bit, get all the sharks frenzied, give you a flipper and a flashlight and push you in. I'm a firm believer that learning happens when you're trying to do something. That's what we call problem-based learning. I give you an intellectual problem, see how you deal with it. And what happens is you teaching yourself how to think through it. Okay, some things, some ideas to think about regarding these papers. First of all, theme. We've talked about this all semester. I've seen your themes, your ideas about themes. I've commented on them, but let's really break it down again. A theme is not a topic. It's an attitude, a point of view about a topic. So going to Psycho, saying something like, the film's kind of about a private detective, or it's about love, or it's about dating someone's sister, or whatever sort of topic you think. It's about the evils of money, or something like that. That's not a theme. A theme will be a point of view about that. Alfred Hitchcock's Psycho demonstrates that our strange obsession about money is never about money. It's always about some internal lack or some psychological issue or problem that we have or desire. You know, the whole she steals $40,000, but it's really not about that. It's about getting married. It's about trying to deal with a system in which she can't live the way she wants, etc. All that stuff from Psycho that we talked about. So that would be theme, idea. A lot of people talk about things like a thesis sentence, and that would be where you sort of indicate your theme. It kind of drives me nuts. A thesis does not have to be a sentence. It can be a paragraph. It can be 3 paragraphs. Your thesis, is the idea. And if your idea fits on a bumper sticker, I'm not so sure how important that idea is. We want to develop them, want to think through them. Your reader should have the kind of confused puppy dog look, that sort of thing. Your reader should be struggling not to understand what you're saying because you're being unclear, but because your idea is complicated and interesting, something that rejects basic wisdom. If your thesis is something we all already think and understand, no need to write the paper. Okay, so that should put a little pressure on you. Sorry about that, but it should. You should be trying to say something interesting, original, unique, at least from your point of view. So your essays are either going to deal with theme or this thing called cultural work that we've flirted with throughout the semester. Theme is what the film might mean to you. Cultural work is what you think the film does. My favorite example to think about with this is the Hunger Games films. You think about what those films are about. A sort of feminist revolution, a class revolution. We have these sort of poor people who are disenfranchised, being treated poorly by the government. We have this, young woman who stands up, rises up, and tries to revolt. That might be some of the thematic territory of the film. Do you, after you watch the Hunger Games, grab a big-ass bow and arrow and try to kill the president? I haven't heard of anything like this happening yet. My point is, that film says one thing, but it does another. Its cultural work might be to get us to sit down, shut up, feel like we're revolting by just living our normal everyday lives. So you watch the Hunger Games, it's all about revolution and changing the world, and then you go get a beer and a pizza with your buddy. So the cultural work of the film, it maybe took some of your anxieties or depressions or excitement or whatever feelings you have about the world and it's kind of got them out. Turned a steam valve. You no longer want to revolt. You can now just go eat pizza and drink beer. I hope that makes sense. I was about to ask you if that makes sense. So cultural work is very complicated and it's very theoretical. You get to sort of decide, man, I think this is what this movie might do to some people. And it can be wonderful things. I mean, a lot of films allow us to get out of our own ways, reduce our inhibitions, take risks that we wouldn't normally take in terms of trying a new job or moving or acting, wanting more in our lives. Or films can make us docile. They can infuse us with cultural ideas that might be damaging or hurtful. So that's what cultural work is. Very complicated, but very, very cool. So your essay will either deal with theme or cultural work, or possibly a combination of the two. You must always talk about elements of film form. And as we've gone through the semester, I've had those little tiny lectures on critical vocabulary, the types of shots one uses, or certain types of sound. I must see you using that vocabulary. Obviously not all of it, but enough to sort of talk through your idea, etc. Okay, the most boring part. Sorry about this, and I'm sort of wiggling back and forth. I actually get excited about this stuff, but I know it's probably not my students' favorite stuff to talk about. Essay structure. I'm going to try to go through this quickly, so bear with me. Titles. Your titles have to be awesome. They have to be cool. And as I say in the syllabus, you kind of have two types of titles you're working with, a play title and a work title, separated typically by a colon. The play title, something small, something that can get us interested, something weird, quirky, maybe even provocative or dangerous. Often in a film paper, these titles can come from an image in the film, to go back to American Beauty, a dead bird staring at the sky. Interesting, weird play title coming from that one shot. Or it can come from a quote from the film, a little tiny moment. Let's see, I'm trying to think, maybe something from Fight Club. Losing all hope is freedom, in quotation marks because it's quoted from the film. Those would be your play titles. Your work title, you want to be specific, clear, this is what I'm talking about in this paper. You must identify the film or films you're working with, and hopefully at least the topic you're dealing with. Alfred Hitchcock was famous for saying, there's no such thing as happiness, but we can buy off unhappiness. So say the title of my film would be something like, Buying Off Unhappiness, exploring America's confusion regarding their emotional lives in Alfred Hitchcock's Psycho. So there's no thesis there exactly, but it hints at what my topic is, what I'm playing with. Okay. You'll also notice that I use titles throughout the syllabus for every single week that try to model this for you. Opening lines. You have about 5 words to make me care about your paper, right? Maybe more than that, maybe a sentence. I explain in some thoughts on essay structure document what you might do. Please work on those opening lines. When you're writing, draft. Just play around, get some building blocks, write your ideas out. Once you've written and you're actually trying to construct a paper, right, that's when I really need you to think about what should this first line be. I think perhaps one of the strongest ways to open up a film paper is to think about a little mini reading, an observation you've made about life or the movie that you can talk about. To go with that same idea about maybe Alfred Hitchcock's Psycho is asking us to think about how we aren't really in control of our emotional lives, that we don't really have good vocabulary to talk about our emotional lives. I might open up the whole essay with a tiny little reading of when Marion Crane is walking around her little hotel room or motel room. She seems very confused about the money and what she should do. I could just talk about that, just to argue, to open up the idea. Hitchcock's Psycho is about confused people. It's about people who don't quite understand their emotions. And then I could lead into, you know, Hitchcock's Psycho came out in 1960, blah, 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 and then here's my thesis, okay? So please follow those first couple lines and the ideas about that in the elements or the thoughts on essay structure document. Bodies, some provisos to worry about or work through when you're writing the body of your paper. Please don't follow the actual plot of the story. It's a big mistake people make is they just type out kind of their ideas about the movie front to back. Not what we're looking for. You might only talk about 2 or 3 tiny moments of the film to analyze in depth, okay? So the way I sort of suggest, once your introduction's done, open up with the best idea, the coolest thing you've noticed. Start there. Maybe to give us a tiny little bit of summary and explain the idea and how it explores and tests your thesis using the elements of film form. Then figure out, well, how do I need to work this idea through the paper? What does my reader need to understand what I'm talking about? Maybe I'm going to talk about this section of the film and then this section of the film. Maybe it will be, I'm going to talk about how these 2 characters demonstrate this one idea, and then I'm going to talk about how these shots demonstrate this idea, etc. Once you've sort of argued your point, once you've walked through your paper, you're done. Conclusions are something brand new. Very, very, very seldom will a conclusion just summarize, right? It always killed me when teachers would say, just restate your thesis and your conclusion. And I just was, why the hell would I do that? Or you're sort of looking up synonyms for all the words in your thesis and trying to restate them. It's another waste of time. It's a waste of everyone's energy. And it's lifeless. Those sentences you write are sort of bloodless corpses of sentences. How do you inject life into your conclusion? Well, as I say in the Elements of Film Form, in the essay structure document, you have to say something new. What did you conclude? You wrote this paper. How do you think about this differently? My favorite metaphor for conclusions in papers, if your whole paper is sort of a spiral staircase and you've been writing and writing and writing, you're still on the same topic, you're still talking about the same basic idea, but you have a new perspective now that you've written this paper. And if you don't have a new perspective, you probably didn't work hard enough on your paper. Your paper, while you're writing it, needs to teach you something, right? So what's this new perspective? You might go back to that opening sequence that you talked about, say if it's in Psycho, have a new idea about it. You might take the gloves off and get pissed. Explain to us what's really going on underneath this paper. It could be personal, it could be cultural, it could be about the film itself. You might attack your audience. Attack probably isn't the best word, but be a little more provocative to your audience. This is what I think this film wants you to do, or this is what I want you to do with this film. Often, conclusions can also be like new introductions. Well, hell, I wrote that idea. Here's something else we can talk about this film and push it forward a little bit. Now that we understand my paper, here's other ideas we can think about. Last thing about conclusions, any of you guys ever have material that doesn't quite fit in the paper, but you wrote it and you're like, well, damn it, I wrote it, it's going in the paper. I'm sure none of you have ever done that. That could be a really cool thing for the conclusion. Here's this thing that I haven't talked about yet. Don't present it as, oh, some crap I wrote that didn't fit. Present it as, here's this really wild, cool idea that needs to be talked about at the end. I did that in a paper I recently published, and I've actually got a lot of comments where people are like, man, that conclusion was really cool. And all it was I wrote a couple paragraphs on this character that had nothing to do with my paper, but I wanted to use them. And then I kind of made it fit. I was like, oh, you know what? I can use that character to say something new about the rest of the paper. Okay. Please watch this little video a couple times. Ask me any questions you have specifically. I'm happy to do more videos. I'm happy to do voice thread or to talk through specific papers in more depth. The last couple things I want to say about paper writing, I hinted at them before. Don't sit down and write a paper. Sit down to think, sit down to play, sit down to get some material out. Then once you have a few pages written, try to make it into a paper, try to form it. We need a lot of thought and a lot of playfulness to get a good paper written for a midterm like this. Also, I sort of beg you, talk to each other, go to the writing center, come contact me for help. Read it to your puppy out loud, whatever. Work with these ideas for a while, work with your paper for a bit. Let others hear it, have an audience, get feedback, etc. I really look forward to seeing what you guys come up with. You can expect comments from you in the next week or two. Best of luck, and we'll see you soon.